today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. On second down, here's Gibson again. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole. Samuel after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run the toss now with Gibson. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. That one is slant to McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second and 7, operating from the 34. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
It's a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that lost week at the hands of Seattle. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Draw play, Elliott. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The Cowboys at 4-5, a game under 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect,
And that will send them back to the drawing board.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Garibay's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Bates. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Wentz now to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wentz going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. Open man layup. It's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert, finding room at midfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So two thoughts come to mind. One, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number two, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get things started in the heartland, Kansas City, as they're at home to take on Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. Joe Burrow has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Travis Etienne with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Wentz now on first down. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Wentz on third down. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 36. 21 yards there on third down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. To throw is Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. Sly able to put this one through.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on first down.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll look to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll set up a throw.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And a call and a loss of a yard there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Garabay's kick is good.
And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So Wentz and the Commanders down 20-10. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
23 yards on the play.
Left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And now here come the Cowboys. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they take a knee. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Cowboys, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5.